Los Angeles, where the Los Angeles Rams, they won the Super Bowl in their house, Rams house, at February 2022. All the hype, maybe they can repeat, maybe this, maybe that. Week 1 of last year, they say, oh, hey, maybe we will have a Super Bowl preview between the Bills and the Rams. The Bills beat the ever-living crap out of the Rams, and that kind of just set the season in a full go for the Rams. Yep, 5-12. They lost Matthew Stafford. They went through. I want to ask you this. Do you know how many offensive line rotations the Rams went through last year?
Oh,
no, I don't.
It was some stupid number, yeah.
13 offensive line rotations. Their offensive line play was so bad. Okay, they lost Cooper Kupp. I think they lost their big four. They lost Aaron Donald. They lost Kupp. They lost Stafford. It was a very forgettable season for the Rams and the worst season for a defending Super Bowl champ in NFL history. That's what it was for the Rams.
Okay.
Let's see, you talk about the O-line, but that brings me right into the guy I was going to highlight for the one thing that I really liked that it did was their first pick that they made, Avila. That's an awesome pick. I love that, even though they don't have, when's the next first round pick they have?
Next year.
No, next year? Okay. So it wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought they had another like 2
No,
years.
they were trying to trade 2 firsts for Brian Burns. They're trying to trade a 2024 and a 2025 to get Brian Burns from Carolina at the trade deadline.
Oh my gosh. Pass rush would be.
And then that would be from when Jared Goff was drafted all the way to 10 years after Goff was drafted that you would not have a first round pick.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, you can't do that. But not a bad pick with their earliest pick, but the rest of the draft I did not care for.
They have Sony Michel listed as the 4th string running back. That's wild to me.
Who's the Vikings head coach? I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, the Rams were definitely missing him last year. They were able to scheme up Cooper Kupp in every which way possible and get him wide open every single time. Second most catches and I think second most yards in the season.
Well, remember how utterly disappointing week 1 was when we watched this team? It was like, whoa, like this team is like in pieces immediately. Week 1 last season. We watched that game and it was like what just, I mean, it was awful. Remember that?
Yeah, the only offensive thing they had was Kupp.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got like 35 fantasy points that game. And then outside of that, there was nothing. The running backs couldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
Cam Akers fell off the map immediately. Yeah. Didn't he had a better second half, but
yeah. But okay, see, here's the thing. They've never, ever been able to just commit to Cam Akers. It's never been a thing. So I wonder where they're going here. And that's why I instantly looked at running backs, saw Sony Michel at 4th. Right, I feel like Sony Michel holds more value than something like that. He should, to me, be a second string because we've seen him succeed in previous years and stuff.
I think they also really like Kyron Williams, though.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if that works, that works. But they need something at the running back position, and which is wild because there's been nothing but talks in the past week about how the running back position is expendable and the value of the running back position is so much less than it used to be. But I think this team could use something that doesn't feel as stale and slow and just used as the running back position has felt on this team. Because again, to me, the running back position on this team for the last few seasons, it's like they can't commit to a running back that is efficient and works. Cam Akers, I like him. Darrell Henderson liked him. But it's like, it just seemed to me that whatever their decisions were for running backs were never really effective. Depending on play calling, depending on whatever their play design was and how they used the running backs, it just never felt truly effective. And I would like for them to maybe get a running back that comes in here that feels exciting. And
do you think that they just don't want to lean on a single running back because they got burned so bad with Todd Gurley?
Maybe because they got burned bad with Todd Gurley. That's a fact.
Like they leaned on him. He did amazing. They paid him and injuries immediately derailed that.
Yeah, and Todd Gurley was such an effective. I mean, the likes of what we now see as Saquon and CMC, where they're guys that do both things effectively, and you did lean on him. But it just feels like, and you don't need a running game to be successful in this league right now. But
You need a running game to open up the passing game.
You need a
That's
running
what they
game to be
need.
successful.
Well, okay, you don't need a running game to win a Super Bowl. But either way, it's just not exciting. And like I said, I think it's very stale. And I think it just doesn't – there's not a running back that ever steps on the field for them in the past few seasons where I think a play might break out. I just feel like they need a change in the running back portion of this team or the running game portion of this team where something exciting happens during the game. Because I feel like that almost never happens for the running game or running back, period.
They just got to sign a guy like, I don't know, sign a Leonard Fournette, sign a Zeke. I mean, sign like someone that's just older. You're not going to be shelling out for,
True.
Give him $3 million.
Dalvin Cook.
Sorry, Will.
Dalvin Cook would be cool on this team. I would love to see Dalvin Cook on this team. I feel like that would immediately elevate this team. But I don't know. I just feel like Cam Akers, I feel like he needs a change of scenery maybe. I just don't know. Because none of it's ever exciting for this running back group. So I'm just the first thing that came to my mind because we know what we get with Cooper Kupp. That's not Van Jefferson hasn't been bad. Ben Skoranek last year, honestly, was a true bright spot on this team despite everything that happened. Tyler Higbee is an effective receiving tight end. Like none of it's bad. But when have you been able to say the run game has done anything exciting for this team in the past few years? You just can't, So that's my take. You guys can talk.
The Rams have $9.7 million in cap space right now. They got a staggering $74 million in dead cap. So clearly the next offseason will probably be a lot better than what it was this offseason. They made some blockbuster moves like signing Brett Rippon and trading for Hunter Long. But their departures outweigh the additions because those are the only two key additions the Rams have made.
Yeah.
And the departures, Baker Mayfield, if you want to consider that a departure, John Wolford, Allen Robinson, if you want to consider that as well, David Edwards, Matt Skura, and then if you want to should we just go to defense right now?
Well, just to touch on that, I don't think what they've lost on offense is all that bad.
No, they have Matt LaFleur as offensive coordinator. I think it's just going to spell downhill spiral for the Rams. He is just terrible.
Fair. Okay. You said it. Yeah, we can
listen. Listen here, when he was the Jets offensive coordinator, he hid Zach Wilson. He didn't want him to pass the ball, but then you have Joe Flacco and Mike Waco out there. Oh yeah, here's 400-yard passing games. Zach Wilson. We're gonna stick to like 170. We want to preserve you for downhill later games and all that. But yeah, what they
trust him to throw the ball.
Yeah.
What they lost on defense, they made up in the draft, drafting a lot of great guys. But they lost Leonard Floyd, Greg Gaines, Ashawn Robinson, Bobby Wagner, Troy Hill, Jalen Ramsey, Taylor Rapp, Nick Scott. Their kicker and punter, Riley Dixon and Matt Gay. And we lead into this point right here.
Also, holy rookies.
I really like Kobe Durant. I really do. I think he was a stud last year as a rookie. I think he's just going to grow further this coming season. I really like it. But the defense, I'm still not a fan of this defense. I really am not.
This is the worst defense they've had on paper
since they moved that back to LA.
Yeah, I'll say yes to that.
And I really liked Leonard Floyd on this team. Like I thought he was such a difference maker as the
so
other
was.
guy to Aaron Donald. But
so was.
Now
Bobby Wagner was huge on this team.
Yeah, now what are they going to do? Like that is now you can.
It's true. What are they going to do?
Because now you can just key in on Donald. You're not scared of anybody else.
What about like these inside linebackers? I don't know anything about these dudes.
the only person that outside of Donald and Kobe Durant that I know, well, and also Akila Witherspoon, Tree Hodges Tomlinson, LT's kid.
Mm.
I'm not sure if that's his kid or if that's like his nephew or something, but he is related to LT in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, this is kind of a degraded defense. This is kind of sad to look at this and say this is the Rams defense compared to what we've always known to be the Rams defense in the past, recent years.
Well, next year the Rams have $47 million in cap space, so they could probably make a lot of better moves and maybe bolster that defense to what it once was.
Yeah,
going from between their two Super Bowl runs. Hopefully,
this is a team that won 5 games last year, and their defense got this much worse. Like, I don't think their offense is bad in any way, shape, or form, to be honest.
Yeah, especially with a healthy Stafford.
Yeah, especially with a healthy Stafford. He's getting up there in years, though. He really is.
Well, they tried to. Michael Lombardi went on Pat McAfee and said they tried to trade Stafford this offseason. That's even before his 3-year contract they signed after the Super Bowl kicked in.
They did draft Stetson Bennett, but
yeah, the future of what?
Kind of funny.
I would take a rookie Brandon Whedon over a rookie Stetson Bennett any day of the week.
It kind of makes sense though. Stetson Bennett drafted to there just does make sense to me, I think. But yeah, no, I don't know. Offense, I can't call the offense bad, but the defense, having lost so much off a 5-win season, that's tough.
Yeah, we may as well go to the schedule at this point.
Yeah, what do we got?
I think the offense keeps them in games. That's really what's going to happen. The Cup to
the first weeks is tough. That's an ugly first 5 weeks. Ugly. And if Indianapolis has anything together, that's still a really ugly first 5 weeks. That's an 0-5 first 5 weeks to me. So Seattle versus LA, that's a good first week, though. That'll be a good game, I'm sure. But, man, I couldn't say convincingly that LA gets a win in these first 5 weeks.
I think they win 8 They win 8 games.
Yeah.
I was thinking of it as more of a mediocre team than a trash team.
That's our tier level.
I see them. They're going to start 0-3. I say they beat Indianapolis. They'll beat Arizona. I say they shock Dallas because Dak Prescott will throw his 10th interception. We'll have a laugh at when we bring up that quote in a couple weeks.
Nice.
Green Bay, I think, is a toss-up right there. Second Arizona game, Cleveland, Washington, New Orleans, the Giants. And then I say 8-9 wins. I say 8 or 9 wins. I feel like if their offense could stay hot and they can fire on all cylinders.
Yeah, you know what? This is, to me, is a 6 to 8 win team. Maybe they can improve, which is wild.
As long as Stafford is healthy, the offensive line doesn't go through another 13 rotations. Maybe they go through 3 rotations, not 13. Yeah. I think that will benefit them a hell of a lot. Cooper Kupp being healthy too. And also Aaron Donald, maybe some consistency at running back. Maybe they'll figure out who's going to be the next guy moving forward. But yeah, I think 8-9.
Yeah, I think I'm closer to more of a 6 win.
I think I can.
Okay, Indy, maybe Pittsburgh, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Green Bay, right?
Maybe Green Bay, Arizona twice. Yeah, I'm going to lean more to 6, maybe. Yeah, 5 through 7.
How many division wins did they have this year, Will?
1.
Nice.
Who was it against? I have no idea.
Hopefully, Arizona.
It was probably. It was probably it was the Cardinals. It was definitely the Cardinals.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So, I must ask, what will make this season successful for the Rams? Anything better than last year?
I mean, honestly, a fully healthy offense, I think, could just straight up make this a more successful season. More successful than last year than the Rams. A successful season overall for the Rams. I don't know.
I think a successful season is a watchable offense.
Yeah.
Just fun games that are track meets.
Yeah, I like that.
Get
Maybe
Cooper Cup the
figuring
ball,
out-
get him back to 130 catches.
Maybe.
Cooper Cup would have probably broken Michael Thomas's record. I mean, he was up there at like 80 catches through like 7 games. He was on like a historic pace.
Maybe figure out your running back situation more permanently. You know, maybe.
I think you
For
got
me,
to know.
I really want them to try to figure that part out because I think that is a big missing spot on this team, you know?
They also got to figure out to the defense, the young kid people. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, they're rookies, but I think they got to step up a lot faster than some other rookies.